Hello and welcome to a unexpected and unplanned video. As you can see behind me, this room is still destroyed as I'm still in the process of getting everything organized and put back together in this office after some shenanigans over here have been done. Shelves are up, some of my collectibles and stuff, which you'll see very, very soon in an upcoming video, are finally on the shelf after some things, honestly, I've never taken out of the box. Anyways, not the point of today's video. Today's video, because I've been asked enough today about it and yesterday, specifically is my opinion, my thoughts on everything that's going on with this Suicide Squad game. So the first thing I want to get out of the way is that I'm not playing this game. I've said before, we've talked about it on the podcast. I've said in the past, I'm simply just not interested in a Suicide Squad game. Rocksteady here is not making a game that interests me at all. This is a live service game. I don't really care for live service games to begin with. I'm kind of tired of the Suicide Squad, if we're being honest. I mean, yes, there was the 2016 David Ayer movie, which I would love to see his cut of that. Instead of the shitty version we got. But then there's also James Gunn's 2021 Suicide Squad, which was a better movie. But even still, I'm kind of tired of the Suicide Squad. And I've also said before, and I've gone on record saying they had a 6-month window to put this game out, which was when the good Suicide Squad movie came out in 2021 and early 2022 when we got the Peacemaker TV show. That was your window. And they fucking didn't put the game out then. So now, you know, in 2024, we're finally getting this 9-year, you know, in development project from Rocksteady. They have not put out a game since 2015's Arkham Knight. It's important to note before I continue here, this game is set in the same universe. I don't have all the context. I'll say that starting here. Like, I don't have all the context for like why what is happening. I have seen the scene in question we're going to talk about today. I'm not going to play it here because I don't need to have any kind of copyright bullshit. And if you really want to see the scene, I mean, you can see it for yourself. IGN fucking posted it, so it's everywhere. But the scene in question is Harley Quinn, and again, spoilers for this game if you care. Harley Quinn kills Batman. I mean, straight up just shoots him in the fucking head. It's over. And then at the very, very end of the game, they have a tribute in it because this is Kevin Conroy's last vocal performance as Batman. This is the very last thing that he did before he passed away suddenly and tragically. So obviously this has led to like huge outrage. People are fucking pissed about this shit. And I've had enough people ask me, like, you're a huge Batman fan. Like, what's your opinion? It's this trash, right? Like, what's your opinion? I want to know. And I'll tell you straight up, like, my opinion on this is I don't think it's as big of a deal as everybody is making it. Now, with that being said, I think they could have done a better job of a tribute at the end of this game. The tribute scene in question is like Lois Lane reading some letter from Bruce Wayne Batman. Because remember, in this universe, they know that Bruce Wayne is Batman. But also, unless I'm forgetting, you know, and I haven't played Arkham Knight in 9 years. So I'm pretty sure he fucking died at the end of that game. So I'm not entirely sure how he's alive in this game. But I haven't played it. And I'm, as I've said, I'm not really planning on playing it, at least not at launch. Maybe as a $20 Black Friday pickup, which it guarantee will be $20 at least Black Friday. But again, this is voice work that he already recorded, was already done. This was the plan for the game. And also the game is literally called Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. So I'm not sure why people are throwing their arms up in the air when the literal title of the game is that they're going to kill the Justice League. So when it actually happens, I don't understand why people are stunned like, how fucking dare they? You know, and again, I get it. I love Batman. Batman's my favorite hero of all time. Okay, you can go back on my channel for the 7 years it's existed. Multiple videos about Batman. Love Batman, the character, the comics, the movies, everything. You know, with exceptions of certain things that I'm not as big of a fan of. But regardless, I look at this and I don't understand the outrage. Like, it's their end of their story for Batman. You know how many times Batman has died in the comics and come back? He's literally fought through time to come back after Dr. Hurt shot him in the fucking head in Grant Morrison's like epic Batman RIP storyline. So like, he's died and come back. It's really not that big of a deal, but people are just losing their fucking minds. Now, with that part of it, you know, being said, him dying as a character, not a huge fucking deal. On the other side of this, because it's Kevin Conroy's final vocal performance, it is shitty that that's how he's going out, by getting a fucking bullet in the head from Harley Quinn. I get it. But you have to remember too, this is the game that they made. This was what he recorded. They can't just go back to him and go, ooh, we don't want to do that. You know, they're not going to get him to record again. He's dead. He's passed. So it's a tough situation where I think because of the story that they're trying to tell, that's why this happened. And this is why the game released the way it did. This is why that's happening in the game. Again, Suicide Squad, kill the Justice League. Enough said. Like, that's going to happen. Could the tribute at the end of the game be much better? Absolutely. I do think the tribute is kind of shit, considering the studio literally was the foundations of Rocksteady as a studio was built upon this character and this Arkham franchise. And the fact that you're going to end all of that with shooting him in the fucking head and then going, yeah, you know, it's over. Like, that does suck. And I understand the outrage there. And I understand that, like, yeah, it sucks, but this is the story they were telling, you know? And again, like I've said before, Batman's died before in the comics. He'll fucking come back. It's okay. Like, they always, like, if there's one person out there, like, in comics that has a contingency plan for every fucking thing you could think of, it's Batman. So the outrage, like, I get it, man. I understand, but I don't think it's as big of a deal as people are making it out to be. And I want to throw this out there because I see this happen all the time. I feel like a lot of the people out there that are getting outraged are people that weren't going to fucking play the game anyways. You know, how many times do we see people throw fits about shit that's going to happen in this comic book movie or that comic book movie, and they go on Twitter, they go on their social media platform of choice, and they, you know, put their 2 cents in of like, I wouldn't do that, you know, and they throw a fit about it when they weren't even going to go fucking support the project anyways by seeing it in the theater. So, yes, I understand. Yes, it maybe not be like, I mean, again, I don't want to see Batman die. You probably don't want to see Batman die, but that's the story that they're telling in this game. And again, like, it's literally in the title of the game. So the outrage, I don't get it. I don't understand it. And that's my opinion on it. Like, it's also a game, everything about this game has been such a shit show. From it, the fact that it was delayed over 9 months because nobody liked the fact that it was a live service game, and the fact that you could not play offline, and now they're going to patch that in down the road. The fact that they're not sending out review codes because, hey, guess what? The previews were really, really bad for this game, and people genuinely did not have a good time with it in the preview form. So yeah, of course, when they see that, if you're a company or your studio, why would you send out review codes ahead of time so you can get those 4s and 5s and, you know, sell extra copies of your game? That's not going to happen. I've said before, I said it on the podcast, we kind of talked about it, and this is one thing where Dan on the podcast and I disagree. I kind of think this game could tank Rocksteady, but he disagrees. He thinks that they have enough, you know, say that they could throw out one more game after this tanks. I mean, rest assured, like, this game's gonna tank. It's a disaster already, and no amount of publicity is fucking gonna save it at this point. So that's why they're just kind of shitting it out and moving on. But I mean, again, it's basically DC's Avengers, right? Like, we figured that out. But you know, looking at it, like, This game has so much money dumped into it, so much time dumped into it. I don't know if this studio can financially recover from this game just being a fucking shit show. So we'll see. That's my prediction, is that this game could very well tank Rocksteady Studios, but we'll see. I'd love to know in the comments below, what do you think about this whole bAtMaN fiasco with the Suicide Squad game? Are you still planning on playing the game? It is in early access right now if you buy the deluxe version, but otherwise it's out the February 2nd, so this Friday, at the time of this recording. So anyways, as always, remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And until next time.